Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all in the Impact Lecture Series, which is being organized in support with Institute Innovation Council 4.0, and this is session 2, phase 2, conducted in online mode. And this program is going to organize in RKDF College of Engineering, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, India. So I welcome all the delegates, our registrar sir, Dr. Shyam Patkar, our principal, Dr. Namish Mehta sir, and our valuable chief guest and speaker of today's impact lecture, Dr. Ravi Prakash Dwivedi sir. So the topic he is going to deliver is how to write impactful article and importance of matrices to improve funding and networking. So I welcome you on behalf of RKDF College of Engineering, Dr. Ravi Prakash Dwivedi sir, Professor, School of Electronics Engineering, Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai. Now I request our registrar sir, Dr. Shyam Patkar, for welcome speech.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning to all. It is my proud privilege welcome you all at today Impact Lecture Series Session 2. Today's topic is how to write impactful article and importance matrices to improve funding and networking. I would like to extend my warmest welcome, wishes, and eminent speaker, Dr. Ravi Prakash Dwivedi, Professor, School of Electronics and Engineering, Vellore, Chennai, who spread their valuable time to share knowledge on the program. This program responded by MHRD, Innovation Cell, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Institutions Council, AICTE. We are thankful for organizing this program for our students. We are assured that this will help our students and they will get better clarity about their career path. We congratulate Dr. Ashok Jhala, Dean Engineering, Dr. Namish Mehta, Principal RKDF, Program Coordinator Professor Masood Siddiqui, and President and Convener IIC Cell Professor Amita Pahadia, organized excellent program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So without wasting any time, I would like to request our today's guest, Dr. Ravi Prakash sir, to start his lecture.
Thank you, ma'am, for providing us the opportunity to deliver a guest talk on the impactful research article and what is the importance in nowadays when we are improving the networking or funding using our metrics. So definitely, it's now in this research area, in the current trends, demand is for the good research article that should get easily accessible to the researchers, and how we can improve our networking and maximize the funding for writing the research article and all those. So I hope so. Things will go in a good manner and it will be received by the participants. So in today's table of content, first I will discuss what is the academic research, and then how to critically review an article to get a good problem and then perform a good academic research. Then I will discuss what is the flow of a research process, how to maintain the flow in a research so that easily and effectively we can write a good research article and submit to the good journal and then get it through, and it should be available to the industry or the society. After that, what are the peer review criteria? Being a reviewer for more than 30 to 35 SCI journals. I have reviewed more than 89 articles till date. So I had certain suggestions and also the important parameters. Those parameters I will discuss in this talk. And then structure of a research paper, the detailed discussion for the research article from introduction to the conclusion. I'll be explaining it.
So,
Yes, I think I was. Abhishek Pandey. Fine. And then what is the importance of metrics to improve the funding and the networking? Until unless we'll improve our networking, we cannot go ahead with a good amount of research article and then quality of the research article. If you would like to improve, definitely we have to improve the networking. And that can be done by maintaining the good metrics and by following the metrics data in a qualitative way and also in the quantitative way. And finally, I'll discuss the concluding remarks. Fine. So what is a research? So as you can see here, there are 4 terms: systematic, organized, finding answer for well-defined problems. So it goes in a back way. The first step for any researcher, whether he belongs from the undergraduate course or postgraduate course, or he's carrying a PhD or postdoc fellowship, he would like to have a research work and he would like to write a research article and perform the research, he should study properly the articles and define a good problem. Until unless a well-defined problem you are having in your hand, you cannot perform a good research. So the first criteria to start a good academic research is to define a well-defined problem should be in your hand. And then for this well-defined problem, you should carry out the literature survey and get the data in a systematic way, organize them like in a different category wise, whether it is related to the year or the characteristics, remarks, what kind of work has been carried out. So in that way, we can organize those data systematically. And then we will try to find the answer by applying our knowledge in that particular domain and develop a good hypothesis which will help to the young researchers or the current researchers in this domain. So this systematic and organized comes, and the well-defined problems. Until unless we have a well-defined problem, we cannot go ahead with these 3 steps. Okay, so by doing all this, ultimately we have to find an answer. So as you can see the image here, where research is written, you can see a lot of open books are there. It simply signifies that if you want to do the research, you should study more number of articles. Later I will tell you how to select the good article and how to read them critically and get the good idea, okay, and good research gap, fill the research gap available in the industry or society by applying your knowledge and developing a good hypothesis for any particular well-defined problem. So generally this research consists 3 steps. Formulate a question. It means a well-defined problem you have to formulate, collect the data to answer it, then propose a solution for this formulated question or well-defined problem. So if you see this question mark, so to fill this question mark, you need a lot of research article, okay, and you have to read it until unless you get fully thorough knowledge of that particular domain. Simply reading 1 or 2 articles, finding some haphazard problems and working on it will not help you. So it is recommended that you should study a number of articles related to the particular domain, in which domain you would like to perform the research, and then formulate a problem, collect the relevant data, okay, and through your hypothesis and knowledge, propose the solution. Moving ahead, academic research process. So as you can see, the problem formulation is divided into 2 parts: area identification and then problem identification. Area, if you say, you can be from any background, okay. Suppose you are doing UG course or PG course and then from BTech or medical background. In BTech also several departments are there. You are from electronics, computer science, mechanical or civil. So decide your area. Then in that area, which is the current trends? Like see, if you say that communication technology, nowadays 5G and 6G is running, and there is a lot of problem happening in this area. So you have a lot of scope if you select the current area where the trends is going on, and industries are lagging behind in certain areas. So those topics you should select it and define a problem. And then you have to do the research, initiate, define it, use the hypothesis, apply your methodology, and find out a good solution. And then this once you have the solution, after applying your thoughts and the work, you should go for the presentation. Now, presentation can be in a different form. Either if you have a very novel solution, you have developed a novel hypothesis and very good answer to the problem, you can go for a patent. Even our research articles and all, before going to the research publication, you can directly go for the patent. But here you should have the clear hypothesis and the design methodology. Each step should be well defined, and we have to be very careful. Even there are industries working in associated with the academics, and we can apply for the patents. Now, but here in the today's talk, we are going to discuss about the research article. So if we are going for research article, it can be in form of report, it can be in form of journal article, book chapter, or conference paper. Depending upon work of amount, we can go ahead. And then we will send this article to the peer review process. Now, the peer review process takes certain time. And then it provides you the result in terms of major revision, minor revision, rejection, or acceptance as it is. So depending upon the quality of research. So that is our crux today's, that is the crux of the today's talk, that how to avoid the desk rejection and in the review process get through. Our article should go at least till like major to minor revision, or directly it should go for the acceptance. It should not get back to in the reject stage, and again we are sending to the different journals after doing a lot of work, putting our efforts and knowledge. We should try to avoid all this. Now, so for all this, how to review an article critically? So we have to select an article. How we are going to do this? We have journal, specific journals. So select the journal from the websites like SCI Mago is there, Sai Mago. From there directly you can write the journal names and all, and you will get their indexing, their impact factor, their quartiles. So generally these all journals are divided into 4 quartiles: Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. It means top 100% is divided as if your journal belongs from Q1 quartile, it is in top 25% article journal. Okay, same way top 50%, top 75, and top 100%. So what we have to do is we should try to avoid the Q4 quartile journals. They are very basic journals and they don't have the quality work. Okay, so generally we should try to go for the Q1. If not succeeded, go for Q2 and then Q3. Try to get it published in Q3. Indexing also you should see. Your journal should be science citation index or expanded one, or at least it should be indexed in the Scopus. It should not be non-Scopus. Try to avoid all this. Okay, because if you simply submit your even small work you have done, try to submit into the IEEE conferences, international conferences, which is Scopus index, not just like to a random journals and all and get it published here and there. It in the long run, it will not give you any kind of benefit. Okay, it is going to spoil your career and even your resume also. So it is better to always prefer good journals, which is properly indexed in a proper indexing agencies. Then see the impact factor. Try to move like 2 to 3 impact factors are in engineering domain is well good enough, and to associate it with the quartiles and select the journal. And then after selecting the journal, now we are going to select the article inside the journal depending upon our domain, in which topic we are going to do the research. So here what we do, we'll select the article from the journal and see in the Google Scholar and the Scopus, the metrics. Okay, and find out whether article is properly cited or it is properly downloaded or not. If nobody is citing that article from past 2 to 3 years, suppose article is published in 2020, almost 1.5 years over, nobody is citing that article or nobody is downloading and reading. So those kind of articles you should avoid it. You should see the proper citation of the article, and then based on those article citation and their download frequency and all, try to download and then use it for your reference. Then further, see the content of research. What quality of work based on developed hypothesis in introduction. So when you will download the article, whether it is review article or research article, you will be seeing its introduction and abstract. So see that whether qualitative data is given, a clear-cut idea, and the technique is defined. Well-defined results are presented, experimental results are presented. Based on that, you select that article and read it thoroughly 2 to 3 times and try to understand the process and try to find out the research gap. even in objective or in the conclusion point. You can find out certain research gaps. Suppose 10 parameters are crucial for particular research, and that particular researcher has worked on 7 to 8 parameters and tried to hide 1 or 2 parameters or not at all discussed about it. So try to bring it, that parameter, and see in the same domain whether results are improving or there is a small change in the results. So those things you can bring and then add your input through your knowledge, and then you can go ahead for the publication. See, certain comparison tables will be also available there. So what you have to do is, in the comparison table, you will be having different kind of data. So all those data, you get it from the comparison table and use it for your reference. Once you will be having the article, and this is the process after writing the article. So it's just a simple perception. Okay, what is my experience? How like 1 week it takes for the new submission, then goes for peer review. It takes 1 to 2 months. Then revision decision takes. Then again you have to revise submission. Okay, subsequent peer review will go again. Then preliminary acceptance will come, and then you'll be having the acceptance. So this whole process, just why I'm showing it here, it takes minimum 2 to 3 months. Even after putting a 6 months to 1 year hard work, writing the research article, it takes 2 to 3 months minimum to get it a particular decision, like whether article will be accepted or rejected. So always put a lot of effort so that at least it should go for the acceptance or the revision. It should not be for come as a rejection process. Now, causes of manuscript rejection before peer review analysis. Sometime what happen, if you submit to the one journal, within a 24 hours or 2 days, your article will get back to your mail ID again returned. Reason behind that is content of article not within the scope of journal. Mostly nowadays it is happening. So try to see the journal and just see that what kind of articles they are publishing, whether it is from your domain. If it is belongs from your domain, okay, sorry for, and then non-conformity with journal style. Sometimes what happens is we will not read out the document provided by the journal and their guidelines, formatting, reference style, their article writing, number of page limits. So all these things we should check it. Once if these 2 parameters you are not checking properly, immediately it will get back and your article will not even go for the review process. Okay, so you should check all these 2 things and then try to have good number of figures, graphs, and results should be little bit like novel compared to the other research articles. And always try to check the plagiarism through Turnitin software is already available through all the institute and all. If not, still try to get it and then check the plagiarism of your article beforehand, before submitting to the any journal. It should be in the range of 5 to 10%, which is more preferable. Even it is allowed till 15%, but you try to maintain it between 5 to 10%. It gives more impact and easily it passes through the peer review process. So all these things we have to check it before submitting the article into any journal, so that we cannot, we should not face the desk rejection itself. Fine. So peer review criteria guide. So here certain criteria is there. Match to online journal topics and adequate formatting. Okay, same thing what I have just now discussed. Then originality, innovation, and importance of the study. Organization, readability in English language. Organization means from title, abstract, introduction, all these things should be properly organized, okay, through certain methodology, and there should be a connection between the paragraphs which you are writing. Suppose you are writing the abstract and then introduction, there should be some correlation. It should not be like alone that abstract says certain things and introduction is talking about certain things. Then literature review, consistency and relevancy. You should read a lot of articles. There is no restriction. You should have it 100 number of articles. But when you are writing the article, when you got the result and developed a hypothesis, try to bring only articles related with the particular topic what you have taken for your problem. Those articles only use it in the introduction section, and consistently from the back year to the current year, bring the connection and say that how things has been improved or improvised, and now what is your addition. In this way you should write the literature review. Then conclusion, all same thing. Study, design, methods, analysis, and finding. So whatever design you are applying, whatever methodology you are applying, analysis and findings, whatever you are using, everything should be crystal clear. And whatever design you use, either use it as a reference, okay, from certain books or certain articles, properly mention their contribution, okay. And if any book, any formula you are using from certain books and all, clearly mention their citation. Okay. Don't use it as it is that, okay, as it is developed by yourself, okay. Whatever formula we are using, whatever uh, things which is already developed, whatever things we are using, it should be properly given credit to them. Now, when we are submitting,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Sorry to disturb you, sir. There is some disturbance from your background, sir.
okay, 1 second. Hello, ma'am. Now it is fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay. Actually, right now classes are going on and say office only, no. So there is
Okay.
excuse me for that. I already requested. But, okay. So when we are writing a good cover letter, see, when we are submitting the article, we have to maintain this also. This is the front, as we say, introduction of article. The cover letter goes initially to editor. So if you are not writing a good cover letter, there is a chances of the rejection. So always maintain a good cover letter writing where you mention your title. What is the contribution that you should mention properly in a good grammatical way, and having a proper adjective or adverbs, use it, and novel application of a theoretical model to the topic. So novelty should be available there properly. It should be visible in your letter, and why your article is important to that journal, that also should be mentioned. Simply you should not write that I'm sending this document, kindly consider it and all this. So it should be a bad part of bad cover letter. So we have to write a good cover letter to get it through, at least from the editor point of view, and then he should send to the review process. Now, for any research article, this is a feature of research article. Okay, what we have to do: introduction, literature review, and research focus. So our introduction should be wide. It means we have to study a lot of articles and narrow down the literature review. In literature review, again, for finding a particular problem, again you narrow down and focus your research in a particular topic. Okay, so this way we should see the wideness of this and then narrow down till research focus. Now, when you are applying your knowledge here, your methodology, then again you have to widen the scope. Okay, so how to widen it? Apply your methodology, get the simulation result, experimental result, hypothesis, different parameters results, everything you have related to the topic, include it there, and try to perform each and every step for a particular small detail also. Don't try to hide a small detail. Even 5 parameters are there, and there is a possibility for each parameter to evaluate it in a bidirectional or 3-4 direction, evaluate it, and have all the comparison tables, graphs, and figures, and properly represent it. And then open it up for the researcher and the industry domain or the public domain in a wider way, so that there will be a lot of research possibilities, a lot of future scope in your work. In that way, write your conclusion and future scope. So if this way you are following, definitely your article will be gone through the research review process, and there will be high chances of getting it accepted. Now, in detail, I will be discussing about the structure of a research paper. Any research paper is having title, abstract, introduction, then keywords, literature review, design methodology. In design methodology, experimental or simulated data, okay, and then conclusion. Whatever limitations are there, so generally researchers will not provide these things. They get scared that article will be rejected or something like that, but it is not so. If you are providing the limitation, it means you have worked a lot. You have faced more failures, and then you got the success in that particular problem, and you are providing the limitation. So you are saving the time of the other researchers if they are going in detail with your research article. So moving here, your title should have the broad readership. It means it should not be very simple title and giving one or two keywords. Use whatever method you have used in your research article in the title itself. Okay, and try to grab the attention of the reader by keeping it more specific using the keywords. I'll give you an example. It will be more clearer when I'll provide one example. It should be interesting, and main message should be conveyed in the title, whether you are increasing the like improving the efficiency, or you are miniaturizing the size and all. Okay, or you are minimizing the overall cost of the system. All those things should be mentioned in the title. Okay, so it will attract that's why it attracts the public, okay, and the researchers, those who are looking, like suppose somebody is looking to improve the efficiency of particular device, and you have mentioned there efficiency improvement by utilizing this technique, definitely they will open your article and they will see it. And then abstract should be the fully crux of your work in one paragraph, 9 to 10 lines. Though these things I'll discuss in detail through an example. Now, so here you can see this is an article published in 2020 in International Journal of Electronics and Communication. It is a 3.2 impact factor, good journal of elsewhere. So how to write the regular paper article? Okay, so here you can see this is the title of the article: UWB circular cross slot AMC design for radiation improvement of UWB antenna. So you can see here the most keyword of the work is already presented here. What it's saying that cross slot AMC was designed. Why it is designed? For radiation improvement. For which application? For ultra wideband antenna. So by seeing this title, automatically they will get attracted. Okay, researchers, those who are working for radiation improvement or gain improvement. So they will see that, okay, there is a certain technique came, okay, and which was published in a good journal. So this article was published by me only. So why we have selected this journal? It is having good quartile. It is having good impact factor. It is having good citation, and the article published in this journal are having more visibility, and easily it is cited, and that citation is also by good journals and good researchers in the particular domain. So this way we have selected the journal, and then we thought to publish in this journal. So this was the title. Now talking about the abstract. Abstract means crux of the work, title, keywords, technique, finding, and application. So all these we should include in the abstract writing. Okay, and it should be closely 150 to 250. It is a standard size, but it varies depending upon the journal of the Springer or elsewhere or Taylor Francis. In whatever good journals will select, depending upon this, it varies. Okay, so this way we should write the abstract of the good article. Okay. And then now moving on the keywords. So 4 to 6 keywords generally for an article is sufficient, and it is more effective. Just see to it that whatever you have written in the title or in the abstract, it should be displayed here. At least 2 to 3 should be displayed, and then moreover the keywords should be what technique you have applied and where you got more effective results, like see in gain, okay, in low profiling, in group delay. So this we have written here, and for what we are writing, ultra wideband application and the AMC. So this way we have given the keywords. So this way we should give the keywords for our research work. Now, how to write a research paper title? So these I already have explained. These are the do's and don'ts. Keep the title brief. Don't write lengthy titles. Use active verbs. Don't write unnecessary details. 10 to 12 words are enough. Don't write a lesser known abbreviation. Okay, and then use keywords in the title. Okay, don't use complex noun based and all. Moving ahead, how to write a good introduction. So we have to remember these steps. What is the problem? After reading the research articles, is there any existing solution available already? If available, try to get it in till what amount they have reflected by their solution. What is the best solution among suppose 2 to 3 solutions already available for a given problem? Check it. Then what is the main limitation? Now here only clue comes to find the research gap. Any researchers can be good if he is easily finding the good research gap from a published article. Then he can work out 50% problem is solved already because he got a good problem. he is good in finding the research gaps. And then in that research gap, you have to apply your knowledge. So technically you should be sound in that particular domain, and then apply your knowledge and how you are going to achieve it, and whether you achieved, and when you achieved it, what I set. Okay, so whatever we are setting it, if we achieved it, then say these all things should be clearly mentioned in any introduction. So your introduction will be taken as a very good introduction for any research article. If your problem is, you know the problem, you know the existing solution, you know the best solution, limitation also you know, and whatever you are trying to achieve, okay, through the parameters you have achieved it. So this thing you have to write in the introduction. See here. So for writing a good introduction, the first criteria is strong literature review. Okay, if you have not done a strong literature review, it is very difficult to write the good introduction, because you should know what work is going on in this particular area. Okay, so all these things you have to check it, and properly you have to cite. Okay, number wise, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this we should cite, we should not randomly cite it. Okay, and then finally we discuss that what work has been achieved till now and what we are going to do in our research article, what work we have performed and how we got it. So these are the points. A strong literature review, reference cited should be in sequence. Two to three paragraph, or max we can go till 4 paragraph also. Okay, for writing the introduction, most references should be cited. It means try, suppose we are using 20 to 30 reference, try to cite 70 to 80% reference in introduction section. Remaining you can use it for the comparison table or figure or equation and all. When you are giving the references, you can use it there, citation. Okay, but here you should be using it. Article use should be of good quality. Already I have discussed. Most reference should be cited. Okay, and sequence wise, define the gap and then discuss. This is very important point. Sequence wise, you have to define that. Okay, what was the important improvement? Okay, year wise, and then what we are going to add through our knowledge. If these things are there in the introduction, then you can say that your introduction is very good. Okay, and there will be very less chance of comments on the introduction section. Literature review, same way as we see, this is a cone approach. Means first we have to be like a journal. We have to have general idea in the particular topic, make it more specific. Okay, then read the topic background and have a supporting studies in terms of article, in terms of book chapters, hypothesis, all this we can use it. Okay, so our background should be strong. Okay, when we are making the background for literature review, it should be strong that minimum 20 to 30 years data you have it, minimum 100 publications we have read, and then collected the data. Okay, then narrow down it and create a particular problem and then develop a hypothesis. Fine. So how to see that whether literature review is effective or not? A good literature review should be focused, logical, developed, integrative, and it should be current and recent most cited review. So what we are saying from here is outline important research trend. Okay, assess the strength and weakness of the existing research. It means you have to find out the research gap depending upon your area. Okay, what are the weaknesses of that article? Then identify potential gap with your knowledge. It means maybe you are very good in the simulation, or maybe you are very good in the mathematical derivations developing, or you are very good in experimental knowledge. So try to utilize those factors where you can add your knowledge. Okay, so try to get the research gap in such a way so that you can apply your experimental knowledge or a simulation knowledge or mathematical knowledge in that way, and then establishing a need for a current and a future research projects. So in such a way you have to do the research so that it should be important for the in future prospect also. Okay, and when you are doing all this, always remember this, that recent and most cited work should be included. Okay, it should not be like 2 to 3 years back data you are taking it, and just simple data so you have taken from a simple articles and journals. Okay, it should be properly cited and good journals, articles, and it should be recent. Okay, so all this you can avoid also. Yes, it's a very important thing. Design methodology. Whenever you are doing anything, how you are going to start and how you are going to end. If you have a clear cut flow diagram for your work, you can see here, then it is very easy to defend your work. even comes suppose minor revision or major revision after submitting your article, okay, after review process, if you got the revision and all, if you are clear with your idea and the process applied through a flow design diagram, okay, it will be very easy to defend them, and you can provide them this as an extra supplement data, and they will be very happy to see that yes, the process is very clear and easily understandable. So all this we can use it in the article also. If not, at least we should have it for your writing the thesis or developing any hypothesis and all. That time for using it, it will definitely help a lot. Important parameter while writing the figures, table, graph, and methodology. So this generally what we do is, I have seen when I'm reviewing the article now, I see 90% of the article will lag here in the table, figure, and graph. Here we have to put a lot of attention while writing the article. Our figure, our graphs and tables should be formatted according to the journal. It should be consistent. It should not be like one figure is small, one is big. In one figure is highlighted, one brightness is more. Figure should be neat and clean and with high quality. Whatever pixel size they are expecting, same thing we should provide it. Style, font, paragraph, all this always try to maintain. Never deviate it, and don't feel like that, because once you've gone, your chance is gone. You lost your crucial 3 to 4 months during the review process. So try to avoid all this, and the template always follow. If like see IEEE, it will go already template is there when we are submitting it. Okay, so same way from the journal site we should visit and check all this and see that the template is followed. Equation and all don't put as an image. Always use the equation editor while writing the article. Like see one example I am showing it to you. If I am providing this figure, neatly you can see everything is clear. What is substrate, what is ground plane, okay, what is dimension, okay, what is the circular patch area, which one is circular patch, then gap and all. Then see now here figure, clear cut we can see what is the vertical axis, what is horizontal axis, what domain we are talking about, which figure we are talking about, what is the dimension. Okay, so in this way we'll try to put, and for what frequency we are doing it, what is the bandwidth is it. So this figure itself is self-explanatory. So this way if you put the figure and all and graph, so it will be very easy. Okay, and very minimal comment you will receive. That is my experience when you are submitting the articles in a good reputed SCI journals even. Now going for the conclusion, restate your article work, whatever you have done. Again, you can see you have to widen the approach, summarize your study with point wise, okay, prove or disprove your hypothesis with reasoning and cause. Don't just like that say this happened. No, say that we have achieved this because of this particular technique, and this techniques improve the particular parameter, okay, and what amount of improvement was there, from where to where we got it. Okay, so all this we should compare it. Okay, and then finally recommend new dose to brilliant researcher in scope. So in the conclusion, you should provide the scope also, that in this area still possibilities there to go for flexible design or for miniaturization or for applying other parameters, and simultaneously we can achieve better gain and bandwidth. So this way we can suggest certain ideas when writing the conclusion. This will definitely help you a lot. Moving towards the references. Here, simple, I can assure you that any article you submit, simply you will get a comment for your reference styling. So always follow the general format, symmetry in reference style, DOI, digital object identifier. Nowadays, it is very simple. Why it is important also? Because even article is under, what to say, in press itself, not published, but that DOI is the unique identifier, okay? One particular digital object identifier. So you try to include this. With this, what happens, easily we can cite the article even if they are not published, and all the references should be used cited in the manuscript. Whatever we are citing, sometime what happens, by mistake we'll miss it here and there. So always match it, whatever references are there, properly it is cited or not. Try to use latex or Mendeley, and you should maintain this. So this is again same thing, submission of manuscript. We should all check all these things. And then guidelines for writing a successful research paper in a crux way. Okay, use the unique style of writing. Don't follow particular journal. Okay, journal means article you have taken, somebody already published it, and you are trying to follow same article. Okay, same style. No, just follow the template and the design methodology. But style of writing should be yours. Okay, you can write in a different way. Your methodology is different. You might have added more ideas, more parameters you have evaluated. So according to your unique style, you follow it. Have proper knowledge. Okay, in-depth knowledge. Writing should be simple. Avoid unnecessary here and there words and all. Don't repeat the statements here and there. Don't repeat the figures and all. Thoroughly proofread from top to bottom of the research paper. This is very important. Even if you feel you have written very good article, try to give it to your colleague. Tell him to read it, to whom you have faith on. Okay, or your English department, your colleagues are there. Give them, let them read thoroughly and get their comments, and then try to submit the article for review. Now matrices, which improves the overall performance of the article, and you get easily funding and all. Your networking will improve. So if I'll say Scopus, so these four things are there: Scopus, Google Scholar, ResearchGate, and ArcGID. So I'll show you one by one. I think net is quite slow. It's so actually these are the links and the options what I have shown you. So one I'll try to show it to you, that is scopus.com. So here we can see the matrices belonging to our research profile. Okay, so here you can see the authors from your domain. You check their profiles, okay, and their matrices, how many documents they have published, what is their citation, what is their H index, I-10 index, and all these. So we should check all these things, okay, to improve our metrics and to have a better relation with them, okay, and we can catch hold of them. We can follow their research. If they are following ours also, regularly we should check it. And then here you can see the articles and all, whether they are open access article, okay, then easily you can access the articles and their citation and all will be available. So all this we should check it from the Scopus ID, okay, and then try to improve the potential of our work. Fine. Same way in the Google Scholar also, if you go and check the Google Scholar citation and all, here you can see. Yes, I'll open this also and show you the parameters. Yes, you can see here. This is the Google Scholar view. So you can see the year-wise title and all. If you want, you can check the year-wise their research, how they are performing the research and all. You can check what is their H index, what is their I-10 index, citation. H index means their 8 documents individually cited by 8 citation. So one paper has 8 citation. Likewise, 8 papers are having 8 citations. So H index is 8. I-10 index means 6 papers are having more than 10 citation. Okay, if one paper got 10 citation, your I-10 index will be 1. 6 means 6 papers are having more than 10 citation. H index means simply you can say that you should have 8 articles and each article is having 8 citation minimum. Okay, so this way you can check and follow them. And here, if any researcher you want to join, you just search here and check their profile, and then accordingly you can interact with them. Moving to ResearchGate. So these all are the matrices which will improve your networking and all. Now I'll show you. Recently, I discussed with the professor abroad from Morocco, and he was following my works. So you can see here. 1 second, I think. Fine, it is. I think it is not working. We have to log in, so I cannot say right now password and all. So you can open that ResearchGate also and check it. Okay, it's a ResearchGate profile. Here you can interact with them and you can check it. Who are those researchers? They are following your research or not? Okay, and then you can reverse follow back to them. You can discuss with them and you can publish article and all. Okay, so you can see, I'll show you. Just recently we got the article after this collaboration only. See here, design of low profile high gain antenna. So this article published on 28th March 2022 with the foreign collaboration, authors collaboration and Indian national collaboration. Okay, so how we got this opportunity? Through ResearchGate, we have seen that these fellows are following our work and they are interested in our work. So we have messaged them, we connected with them, and then we developed our interest. And in one particular work, we came together and published SCI journal in International of Microwave and Wireless Technology recently. So this way we can improve our networking and funding also if our matrices are good. So this is my recommendation, that try to create your profile on Scopus, Google Scholar site, ResearchGate, and you have individual ORCID ID. And same way, now I'll tell you about the metrics of the journal, article, and personal metrics. So personal metrics, we know the Scopus, Google Scholar, ResearchGate, and all this will improve your personal metrics. Other two are journal metrics and article metrics. Journal metrics tell you about the journal quality, the quartile of it, SNIP, okay, SJR, journal ranking, okay, their quartiles, their impact factors, and performance and all. So we should check their matrices. And then accordingly we select the journal, and then the article, where article is properly cited or downloaded or not, how many people are reading it, how broadly it is visible to everyone. So this way you can check it. If you go here, click on this SciMago ranking, I'll show you one. So this is Journal of Journal of Electronics and Communication. This is SciMago journal country rank. So from here we can check the authenticity of the journal also. H index is 65, and you can see the quartile is Q2. Okay, and there all these performance we can check. Q2 cited, then SJR is 0.72. All this we can check it, and then we see that if it is available here, and then further after this we should check it in Scopus also, in the same journal under the category of sources. Let me type the AU. So you can go here, enter the subject area. So this way you should search the journal authenticity, and then you can go ahead with the publication. So if you click here, it will again show you all the details and all. As you can see, site score is 6.9. Okay, rank is 118 out of the given journals. Site score, SJR, SNIP, it is a normalized impact of the journal. Okay, source normalization. So they can compare with the similar number of journals. Okay, so you should check it, and then accordingly you can publish your article and all after selecting the good journal. So from the source details, you can select the journal and all, and then only go ahead with the publication. Fine. This is from my side. Now, if any question or query is there, you can ask. Thank you so much for providing the opportunity.
If anyone have any query, you can ask.
Hello. Sir, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
रवि सर, मैं एक क्वेश्चन करना चाह रहा था आपसे. इसमें इम्पैक्टफुल राइटिंग और आईपीआर इनोवेशन आईपीआर में कोई कोरिलेशन है क्या सर?
यस, सी सर, अगर अच्छा इम्पैक्टफुल रिसर्च आर्टिकल आपने लिखा, उसमें नॉवेल्टी है and you have a proper experimental proof of the design, then you can file the patent through the innovation cell or the IPR cell, and you can patent the idea. But there should be novelty, and the same detail should not be published or patented anywhere till date when we are going to file the patent.
Sir, my question is how impactfully we can publish any review article in SCI and Scopus journals.
Okay, for same thing goes on for review article. As per my suggestion, I have one of my colleague is there. She published in 2019 a review article in Engg journal, and that received around more than 200 citation in 2 years itself. So selection of the current trends, like suppose nowadays the 6G communication, super capacitor, battery enhancement and all, and then battery charging systems, all these areas are more impactful areas. So in this area, try to select minimum 150 to 200 good articles, minimum 150 to 200 good articles, compare them category wise, okay, and try to have 4 to 5 good review article which is already published till date. Select them, read it out minimum 10 to 20 times. Each article you have to read thoroughly, everything, how they are presenting, where they are lacking, because most of things will be covered in the review itself. So what addition you are going to do, for that you have to read it and then develop a proper hypothesis and then connection, and then provide your data, add it, have number of tables, number of comparison tables, good tables with the certain parameters. Suppose 1 or 2 parameters they are missing in your domain, that parameter you add it and highlight in your title itself, okay, and that way if you publish it will be easily selected in the SCI journals.
How much addition in any review paper matters?
Edition means like, see, it should be on an average 20 to 25 pages, okay, 70 to 80 articles average, and minimum 3 sections.
Sir, if we are, my another question is, if we are going to publish any paper in Scopus and SCI, sir, so sir, I am giving my own example, sir. I have published one paper in Scopus, and sir, before publishing I got 2 times rejection in that particular journal, sir. So sir, I mean the format of paper which was incorrect from my side, sir.
I couldn't get you. Okay, please repeat, ma'am. क्या बोल रहे थे आप?
Sir, the article which I was going to publish in my scope in one of the Scopus journal, I got 2 times rejection from
okay, what was the comment?
Particular journal. The reason behind, sir, the reason was
your voice is lagging.
The template which was given by, from their side, and I was not getting at all about the correction method, sir. So I was very in doubtful how to correct my article and how to put in particular template which was given by them, sir.
You
so
can
this is one of the another.
Okay, you can get their latex template, that is very easy. Okay, and when you write in latex,
sir,
only
how? Sir, how? What is the write in latex, sir?
No, that journal provides their particular impact. Suppose if I want to get the elsewhere journal I have selected, elsewhere is having their template in Word file, okay, in doc file and in latex file. Their files are available in their journal website itself. In these journal guideline of authors or guideline of reviewer, like that it is available. So guideline of author, if you go inside, you will get their template. In that template itself, first you write it and then put it in that template and then submit.
Sir, why latex?
Because it gives you the freedom for citation. It will be easy. Okay, it won't give you any error. That formatting will be automatic. Only one time you have to define. Okay, table, figure, anything if you want, it will be placed in a particular placing, it won't go here and there, where you change throughout the manuscript. So I'll always recommend to go ahead with the latex whenever you are writing a paper, setting a question paper and all. It will help you a lot. In Word file, you have to correct here and there every time, but in latex, nothing like that. Referencing will be done automatically through bibliography. You need not to, if you delete one reference, automatically it will be corrected. Automatically your figure list will be generated, table will be generated. You not to do anything. Okay, just you have to, once you'll, it's my recommendation, once you learn it, definitely you are going to love it and you will use only latex for article writing.
Okay. Anyone else having any question, doubts?
हेलो, एक बहुत जनरल क्वेश्चन है सर। किसी भी सर राइटिंग में जैसे हम लिखते हैं तो उसमें वो कौन सा फैक्टर हैं जिस आर्टिकल को इम्पैक्टफुल, आपके हिसाब से वो फैक्टर हैं कि जो उसको इम्पैक्टफुल बनाते हैं, किसी भी राइटिंग को जो आर्टिकल हम लिखते हैं, तो वो कौन सा फैक्टर बच्चों को ध्यान रखना चाहिए जो लिखने, जो शुरुआत कर रहा है, तो उसको उन चीजों को ध्यान में रखकर वो राइटिंग करे, लिखे, ताकि उसका इम्पैक्ट भी रहे और इनोवेशन।
सर, इसके लिए पहली चीज है कि दैट स्टूडेंट और द रिसर्चर, he has to go through n number of articles until unless if he feels like, okay, today I'll go take a problem and solve it. Not at all possible. He has to study for the same topic. He should take one research paper and read that paper. Paper should speak that somebody read me. It should be written one line by line. Okay, if somebody is writing introduction, if they want to write a good introduction, their literature review should be good. If they want a good research gap, their literature review should be good. If they want to cite the work, their literature review should be good. So ultimately, the better the literature review performed by the student, definitely he is going to write a good research article. Okay, so if, from my side, if you'll say, they should write always crux of the work. They should not write here and there. Sometimes they will write as a story. Select the topic, define the method. Okay, this method I'll apply, and for this method only I'm going to improve these two parameters. Talk about those two parameters and bring all the research articles related to those two parameters only. How they have improved it and what amount of improvement I am going to add on that. In this way they can write. If technically they are sound, definitely they are going to write. And for English and all, I say definitely go with your another department colleague of the School of Language and all. Give them once after writing and they'll improvise it and give it back to them and they can submit it. But literature review should be very strong until unless, like, let them spend minimum 2 months for good literature review, for good understanding how to write the article. Automatically they will learn, okay, this way I have to write introduction, this way I have to write the abstract. So each one is having its own importance. It's not like very simple to write full paper, but abstract and conclusion should be very good. Which generally when I review, I see the article title, abstract and conclusion, and 50% my mindset will be towards like rejection or acceptance, whether I have to review it or not. If your abstract is not good, it qualitatively plus quantitatively, like some quantity should be there number wise and some quality work, like this technique they have utilized and they are telling that yes, it is good in bandwidth improvement or efficiency improvement or size miniaturization or whatever way we see. So if these two things are good, definitely goes. And another tips I'll give regarding to this, that whatever journal you are selecting, try to have 2 to 3 articles, good articles from that journal, compare them with your work and then submit.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Question from my side. Sir, when we write thesis content, whether in MTech or PhD, sir, footnotes and number of repetitions of footnotes.
The figures are no issue. Only you have to check about the mathematical equations and the writing part. Okay, writing part should not be more than like 15 to 20%. Plagiarism should not go beyond 15 to 20%, even in thesis writing.
Yes, sir. Sir, what is the importance of footnotes in thesis? No,
footnote is important. Whether you are citing it or from where you have taken, what small details are there. Sometime like what to say, abbreviations are there. Okay, and some extra detail at what temperature you measured it. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, abbreviations and footnotes are
That also comes inside that only. Sometimes you see under what condition you have measured, you cannot write in the paragraph. You will be writing in the footnotes. Some details which cannot be written in the regular statements goes in the footnote.
Can we repeat footnotes again and again?
If same figure, same graph is there, no need to repeat. Suppose same temperature you perform 3 experiments. One place you mentioned it and then say that for figure 1, 2, 3, this same condition was met under this particular temperature value, and that temperature you can mention in the footnote.
Sir, footnotes and references are also same or different?
No,
Can we
it's
put
different.
references in footnote?
No, reference is totally different.
No.
Reference is like you are citing it. That is totally different. Not as a footnote. Footnote is totally different. Footnote is in a detail. You are giving certain things. Sometimes in table you are writing BW. So that abbreviation you can write there as a footnote. Or some another detail of agency or any particular report writing and all that in 2 to 3 lines you can write as a footnote in a small letter.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your knowledge and imparting and delivering your lecture with us, sir. Now I request Principal of RKDF College of Engineering, Bhopal, Dr. Namish Mehta, sir, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, madam. I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. On behalf of institution, I extend my gratitude to our speaker, Dr. Ravi Prakash Dwivedi, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Take out time from his busy schedule to grace this session. Thank you, sir, for inspiring and encouraging us with your words. Your suggestions are really very valuable for us. I believe students and faculty understand how to structure and research article. Thank you again, sir. I also thank VC sir, Registrar sir, Dr. Jahala, Amrita madam, and team, and of course participants. Finally, thanks to our supporters, Education Innovation Cell, Government of India, and AICTE New Delhi for organizing Impact Lecture Series under IIC 4.0. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Just I would like to mention one thing that I have completed BTech from RKDF Institute of Science and Technology only in 2005 to 9 batch from Electronics Communication Department.
Okay.
It was great to deliver the talk with and hear the name of RKDF. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir.
It's really, sir, it's really be a pleasure to have you here and listen to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for providing the
Thank you,
questions.
sir. I request all the participants to fill the feedback form link, which is being shared in chat box. So kindly fill the feedback link so that we can provide e-certificate to all the participants. Thank you. Thank you all.